This video is brought to you by America First Insight. Help support the growing conservative movement by becoming a member today. And if you want to support this channel, you can also use the code REAL when becoming a member. Thank you and enjoy the video. So, as most of you have probably noticed by now, President Trump's administration has been talking more and more about law and order. They have amped up the messaging on cleaning up our cities, making them safe again, and not just one city. In the last couple of days, they have been talking about cleaning up Chicago, LA, New York, all these big cities, basically all ran by Democrats. We're gonna physically clean up these cities once and for all, and good. It's about time we start doing this. Listen, they have been doing a little bit of law and order stuff in this administration. Like, the FBI, despite doing some really dumb stuff, they have done some decent things when it comes to law and order. They've done some good stuff here and there. But if I'm being completely honest, before the last couple of weeks, I have been fairly disappointed in this administration when it comes to law and order. Which is crazy because in 2024, yeah, Trump won because of the economy and immigration, but really, the number 3 issue that won him the election was law and order. Because a lot of these big cities, like Chicago, DC, New York, basically every city in America right now has a significant crime problem. And that's why Trump did very good across the board. He ran up in New York City because it got so bad that the voters in New York City realized, oh, wait a minute, this has gotten so bad, we gotta vote for Trump. He's gonna physically clean up this filth. And for the last couple of months, they really haven't done that. But now they're starting to amp up the law and order stuff. They're starting to clean up our cities, starting with the nation's capital. Now, Democrats, for whatever reason, thought it was a good idea to try to oppose Trump on this issue. To say, oh, either that Trump's acting like a dictator because he's trying to clean up our cities, or that law and order, and there's no crime issue. Like, the law and order is not a problem right now. It's perfectly fine. Crime is at all-time lows. And that's even what the mainstream media is pushing. In fact, this article right here by the AP, they say right here, oh, that's despite the fact that statistics show crime overall is down across the nation, with some cities reporting 30-year lows. You can't make this up. These idiots, within the Democrat Party, in the mainstream media, they're really pushing this idea that, oh, crime is at all-time lows, don't talk about it, it's not an issue. In fact, we are in the safest period in American history. That's what they're saying. That's their messaging. And as of now, it looks like it has blown up in their face, because ignoring the fact that a lot of these crime statistics are bullshit. I mean, seriously, the Washington, D.C., the nation's capital, the top people in the police department there, they got fired because they were pushing bullshit statistics. They were lying about it. It's a big scandal. They were lying about the statistics to make it seem like, oh, crime is going down, when in reality, no. All they would do is pretend these crimes never happened and say, oh, it's like a misdemeanor or some BS. That's what they were pushing. It was no violent crimes, the safest city in the world. It's not. Anybody that's honest would tell you, no, DC is currently a mess. New York City, Chicago, LA, all these cities, they're not safe. They're disgusting, they're filthy, they're horrible to live in right now. And this poll from the AP, which not some far-right news outlet, this is a poll from the AP, admits that over 99% of Americans said that crime is a major problem in big cities, or I should say a problem. 81% said it's a major problem, 18% said a minor problem, and only 1% of Americans, you can probably guess who this 1% is, said there is no problem with crime whatsoever in the big cities. Look at this. This is AP Newark, not some far-right pollster. In fact, this is a pollster that usually overstates Democrats by like 5 points or whatever. So, you have the AP admitting that 99% of Americans say that crime is a problem in big cities. This is bigger than just an 80-20 issue. This is a 99-1 issue for the GOP. This is an issue that 99% of Americans agree with, that, yeah, this is a problem. But for whatever reason, these morons in the Democrat Party are pushing the same narrative that, oh, crime is actually at all-time lows. Even their own pollsters are admitting, no one believes this. Not even partisan Democrats. The majority of Democrats admit that, yeah, crime is a major problem in large cities. 68% of Americans said that, or Democrats said that. 96% of Republicans said, yeah, same thing. So a supermajority of Democrats said in large cities, crime is a major problem. What the hell is the Democrat Party doing? Guys, you cannot just say, oh, crime is at all-time lows, it's perfectly safe, when the majority of your own voters are saying it's a problem. You tried the same shit back in 2024 with Bidenomics. Everybody remember that? They pushed fake bullshit economic numbers to make it seem like the economy is booming, and they tried to gaslight people. It blew up in their face. Because people can see the economy sucked. They're trying to do the same thing again, this time with crime. They're really pushing this idea that crime is not a problem. But even their own pollsters are saying, yeah, crime is actually a #1 issue for voters. That's the problem Democrats have. They don't understand. Voters can see what's happening in New York City, in LA. Even people in DC are saying, yeah, this is a big problem. But ever since Trump brought in the National Guard into DC, crime is way down. They were saying, oh, crime is going to explode. You're going to see a 90% increase in crime. Despite dealing with bullshit statistics, crime is still down. Crime is down 30%. I should say violent crime. Carjackings down 67%. Homicides, 57%. Robberies, 40%. Property crime, down 18%. There have been just under, at least as of, I think this was Friday, just under 1,300 arrests in DC. And this is, these percentages are compared to the bullshit statistics beforehand. So these drops are probably closer to like 60% for violent crime. Yeah. This is what's happening in DC right now. And right now, the polling actually indicates that people support what Trump is doing with crime. As according to the RCP average right now, even with some bullshit polls like Quinnipiac and Reuters, Trump right now has a +1 approval when it comes to crime. Of all the issues, this might be his #1 issue right now. Crime and maybe immigration. You take out Quinnipiac and Reuters, Trump's at like +5 with crime. And this is really before the impact of what's happening in DC began to be felt. That, oh, wait a minute, you bring in the National Guard and suddenly crime's not a problem because you're actually cleaning up the city. You are physically going into DC and cleaning up the filth. And it's working. Like, look at this. Most of these polls are before the crackdown really started to have an impact. I think right now, if they had the same poll for AP, it would probably be +12, +15, because people are realizing, oh, wait a minute, this is working. This could have been done years ago to fix these cities once and for all, but Democrats didn't do shit. But now, Trump did it, and this might be his #1 issue. Again, Quinnipiac is saying -12, but Quinnipiac's a shit pollster. Same thing with Reuters. It's the same pollsters every damn year that push this crap. You take them out of the average, it's +5 or +4 or whatever. And that's with a lot of these other pollsters overstating Democrats every year, like YouGov. So it's probably closer to +10, +15. I'm not saying it's a guarantee or whatever, but still. People are saying, we approve of what Trump is doing with crime. The good pollsters even. Even some of the bad ones, like AP, is showing Trump a +8. Even YouGov had a +3. Even if Reuters is -3, and that's within the margin of error. So, yeah, right now, crime is a major issue for a bunch of Americans. It's like the #1 issue for a lot of them. 99% have said, yeah, it's a major issue or a minor problem. I mean, 99%. And that 1%, that's a partisan Democrats. The 1% are the ones that really think, oh, there's no crime whatsoever. America is the safest it's ever been. Even the 18%, they probably think, oh, it's a problem, but not the #1 issue. But still, it is still an 80-20 issue, more like 99-1. I don't get why Democrats do this every other week. They find some random issue, some random issue to bullshit on and lie to Americans about, and it blows up in their face. Every single time they find this one unpopular policy position, they take it, and it hurts them even more. And if you think I'm exaggerating, look at this. All right, Trump posted this yesterday, okay? He said 6 people were killed and 24 people were shot in Chicago last weekend, and J.B. Pritzker, the weak and pathetic governor of Illinois, just said he doesn't need help in preventing crime. He is crazy. He better straighten it out fast or we're coming. MAGA, President Donald John Trump. All right, Trump said, listen, if you don't clean up Chicago, all right, where 6 people died last week. I mean, that's crazy. 6 people died. 24 people got shot. We're going to physically go into Chicago and clean it up like we are in D.C., which they should have done this day one. I don't get why they waited so long, but okay. We're starting to clean up these cities, starting with the nation's capital, and then Chicago, and then New York, and then LA, and then probably the other cities. Well, if you're a J.B. Pritzker, if you're the Democrat Party, you would think, you wouldn't say anything about this. You would just say, listen, we got to work to stopping crime. Okay, we got to stop the killings. J.B. Pritzker put this out. He said, why don't you send everyone proof of life first? Either way, Chicago doesn't want you here. Yeah, this is a real tweet from J.B. Pritzker, the governor of Illinois. Instead of saying, we gotta reduce crime, we gotta do something about it, he said, well, you gotta send proof of life. And for those that don't know what he's referring to, basically a couple days ago, you had Democrats on Twitter claiming that Trump died and they were celebrating. It was crazy. They gaslit themselves into thinking Trump was dead. Like, they pushed fake bullshit news, and they believed it. They knew it was fake. You can't make this up. They actually believed it. And now you have Democrats like Pritzker, not some no-name Democrat no one ever heard about. He's saying, yeah, send proof of life. What? You're going to say this when President Trump is offering an out for you to clean up Chicago. 6 people were killed, and this is how you respond to it? Oh, we don't want you. You gotta send proof of life. This is what Democrats are pushing. And they wonder why they're at 25% favorability, or 20%, or whatever it is at this point. Either way, it's pathetic. I have no clue why Democrats think this is a good idea. Because it's another 80-20 issue. No, it's a 99-1 issue. And instead of taking it seriously, you're going to say this? Oh, send proof of life. It's unbelievable that they're actually pushing this crap. And the thing is, Democrats are convinced this is good messaging. They've convinced themselves this is what people want to hear. No. People want to see results. People want to see change. And you're just pushing the same old crap that has never worked. But anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, and of course, join the channel today. Godspeed to all of you.